Hey everybody, thanks for joining me for today's video tutorial. Today we'll be discussing how to divide integers. That's going to be our big idea, is how to divide integers. And you'll see here I put Math 7 Notes /6E. It's the same thing if you're in 6 Enriched. This is actually Chapter 11. If you're in Math 7, you're in Chapter 1, Section 5. It is the same thing in the Big Ideas curriculum. Okay. Learning target today is I can describe the rules to follow when dividing integers. So let's look at those rules. And I have some good news for you that it's the same as multiplying integers. So that's real handy. The rules for multiplying and dividing integers are the exact same. So just a quick refresher, those rules were that when you have the same sign, so both are positive, like in this case, 8 and 2 are both positive. When you divide them, you get a positive answer. Or if they're both negative, they have the same sign, your result is a positive answer. It's the same then for dividing as it is with multiplying with different signs. So when one of your numbers is positive and one is negative, you have different signs. That nets in a negative answer. Same here. -8 divided by 2, one is negative, one is positive. That results in a negative answer. Okay. Hopefully that's we can keep it as easy as that. Let's check out a few examples here. Dividing integers with the same sign. So again, go back up to my rules. These are both negative. When they have the same sign, my answer, my quotient, is positive. Remember, the quotient is the answer to a division problem. So 18, -18 divided by -6, same sign gives me +3. All right. In example 2, now it says dividing integers with different signs. So right off the bat, I like to give myself a reminder and write down my negative sign so I don't forget. And then I can just take 75 divided by 25. I like to think about quarters when I'm dealing with 25. It's 25 cents. 25 3/4 gives me 75 cents. So 75 divided by -25 will give me -3. And then for letter B, I have -54 divided by 6. 6 goes into 54 9 times. Again, different signs. This is negative, this is positive. That gives me a negative answer. All right, go ahead and try 1 through 6 on your own here. Please pause the video now. Let's check and see what we come up with. Same sign, +7. Same sign, +8. Same sign, +5. 0 divided by anything is always 0. And my last two examples, I have different signs. So -7 and -7. One's positive, one's negative. Let me know if you have questions. Example 3 now talks about evaluating an expression. And this time it says evaluate 10 minus x squared divided by y when x is equal to 8 and y is equal to -4. So I'm going to substitute in these values into my expression here. So I'm going to write 10 minus, okay, instead of writing x, I'm going to substitute in 8. So 8 squared divided by y. And I know y is equal to -4. I'm going to add in parentheses here just so that it doesn't look like divided by subtracting. I know it's divided by a negative number. Okay. Well, then I'll go ahead and I'll find the value of my exponent. 8 squared means 8 times 8. So I'd come up with 10 minus 8 times 8 is 64 divided by -4. Careful now, don't just subtract right away. Remember PEMDAS, remember your order of operations, parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. We need to divide next. So I'm just going to bring this 10 minus down in my problem. And then I'm going to take 64 divided by negative 4. Well, I see that I have one positive and one negative. That's going to result in a negative answer. Again, I'm going to add parentheses just to kind of keep this neat and organized. And then how many times does 4 go into 64? Let's see here. 64 divided by 4. 4 goes into 6 once, which is 4. Subtract 2, bring down my 4. 4 goes into 24 6 times. Okay, there, I got it. So negative 16, because I have a positive divided by a negative, different signs. Now, let's bring this over here. I have 10 minus negative 16. Now I need to remember my rules for subtracting integers. And that says to change my subtraction sign into an addition sign, and the next number to its opposite. Chop, chop. Now this just became real nice. 10 plus 16 would give me 26. Alrighty, there you have it. Now we're starting to incorporate a lot of integer rules into one problem. So be ready for those. Those are definitely spicing life up a little bit. Go ahead and pause the video here for 7, 8, and 9. For 7, let's see how you did. I have a divided by b when a is negative 18 divided by when b is negative 6. Okay, same sign. Should give me a positive answer, and 18 divided by 6 is 3. Number 8, I have a plus 6, so negative 18 plus 6 divided by 3. Okay, I'm going to first add my top two numbers, and then I'll kind of have this fraction or dividing in lastly. So negative 18 plus 6, I have different signs, so I'll find the difference between them. 18 minus 6 is 12. And which one of these has the greater absolute value? The negative does, so it's going to be negative 12. And negative 12 over 3, what is negative 12 divided by 3? Well, now I have different signs, which will always give me a negative when I'm dividing or multiplying. And 12 divided by 3 is 4, so negative 4. And lastly, for number 9, I have b squared divided by a plus 4. Okay, so b squared is negative 6 squared. So negative 6 squared divided by negative 18 plus 4. Negative 6 squared means, that means negative 6 times negative 6, which results, same sign, in a positive answer. So that would give me positive 36 divided by negative 18 plus 4. Okay, well, now I have a positive divided by a negative. I have different signs. That's going to give me a negative, and 36 divided by 18 is 2. 18 goes into 36 twice. So I have negative 2 plus 4. Negative 2 plus 4 should give me 2. Okay. Oops, that's going to not stay there. Let me know if you have questions on 7, 8, or 9. Those are a little bit trickier. We'll finish here with the real-life example and the last on your own. It says you measure the height of the tide using the support beams of a pier. So right here would be the support beams on the pier. Here's a support beam, here's a support beam, right? It's holding up this pier. Your measurements are shown in the picture. So at 2 p.m., the tide is at 59 inches, and at 8 p.m., the tide is at 8 inches. What is the mean hourly change? So mean is another way of saying average. Okay, what is the average change in time? So to find our average, let's take the difference in our height So let's see, the final height, what we ended at, let's take our final height and subtract our initial height, or our starting height. And then we need to divide that by, if we're looking for the average, that means we want to know how much on average did it change each hour. Well, how many hours went by? What's our elapsed time, or how much time has gone by? Okay, so let's stick in some numbers for that. Our final height, I know I was at 8 inches, and I need to subtract my initial height, which was 59 inches, and I need to divide that by how many hours that took to find out the average change per hour. So from 2 to 6, that would be 6 hours. Okay. Let's do a little math here. 8 minus 59. Definitely couldn't do that in elementary school, so I know it needs to be negative. And 59 minus 8 is 51. And I just need to take negative 51 divided by 6. Okay, let's do the work on the side. 51 divided by 6. That's not going to work. Let's round. If I said 10 times 6, that'd be 60. That'd be too much. 9 times 6 is 54. That's still too much. Let's try 8. Let's try 8 times. So 6 times 8 is 48. Okay, so that would give me 8 whole times. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. And then 48, and then let's see, 6 times 9 is 54. And 51 is halfway between 48 and 54, so it's 8.5. Right? If you wanted to think about it this way, 6 times 8 is 48. Subtract, you'd get 3. Bring down another 0, an imaginary 0, and bring up a decimal, because we had to add an imaginary 0. 6 goes into 35 times. So you can think about it that way if you want to. Okay. So lastly, a negative divided by a positive, different signs gives me a negative. And my label should be inches per hour. Okay, because here I had inches and here I had hours. And the reason it's negative is because I started at 59 and I ended at 8. So my tide is definitely going, the height of the tide is definitely going down. So that's represented by a negative 8 inches per hour, 8.5 per hour. Okay. Go ahead and try the on your own here for number 10 and see what you come up with. The height of the tide at the Bay of Fundy in New Brunswick decreases 36 feet in 6 hours. What's the mean hourly change in height? So decrease 36 feet in 6 hours. Okay, negative divided by positive is a negative, and 36 divided by 6 is 6. So negative 6 feet per 1 hour. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions on that. That does it for 1.5 or 11.5, depending which book you're in. On dividing integers, again, it's the same rules as multiplying. Same sign positive, different sign negative. If you have more questions, please let me know. We'll see you guys later.